So let's get to it. There's a guy that's 5'10", 230 pounds in that last draft. Well, now I'm kind of pissed that I missed it, but them's the breaks. Them's the breaks as we get to the re-sign phase. And let's take a look at goaltenders. Jet Greaves. As an RFA, probably going to be good enough to be the backup next year. So we'll qualify him. We'll drop Hellberg. Nope, sorry. Sorry, Magnus. I didn't want to talk to you. Unlike that time I got to talk to you in an AHL game. You are gone. Daig still won't be signed. We have to sign Evan Gardner to his ELC. So we don't need to enter extension or negotiations for this contract or anything like that. We can just offer him the deal. Ravensburg still won't be signed. Technically, we have room for Ahonen in the AHL. He wouldn't be a starter. Probably just leave him as unsigned. You don't have to sign Gardner, to be fair. That's true, but I'm going to. So Merzlikins and Greaves, then Gardner, Thielen in the AHL. That's probably fine. Defensively, Jurasek and RFA. So we'll qualify him. Svozil, same thing. Andrew Peak, we will drop. Del Gaizo, we will drop. Nazco, qualified. Philip Kral will get cut. Carrick is gone. Parker Wotherspoon. Orson Kuhlmans we'll hold on to for now. Same with Isaac Beliveau. Emil Viro being a medium 7th can go. Charlie Elick needs to sign his ELC. As does, Luca Morelli, I believe it is. Yeah. They both immediately signed. And we'll leave that as is. Right wing side. TJ Oshie will be dropped. We will qualify Gavin Brindley. Jackson Blake. Pool Party can go. Hunter McCown's staying. Noel Gunler can stay for now. Cam Butler can stay for now. We'll see what else happens from there. Left wing side. Tanner Jeannot is gone. Totally Spanish is gone. We'll also drop Aiden McDonough. He's not bad, but we'll give him a chance to go somewhere else. We're looking pretty weak on that left wing side right now. And then centers. Sean Monahan was glitched out for a second. Adam Fantilli qualified. Cole Sillinger qualifying offer. Even though it's expensive. Svechkov will qualify. Malatesta. So a whole lot of RFAs this year. A whole lot of RFAs. So Jet Greaves. How much are you looking for, buddy? Not much. Not much. One-way deal at $800K is perfect because it's expiry status, still RFAs, so we'll just see if he accepts the qualifying offer. We don't even have to necessarily worry about him. And if he goes to free agency and can potentially get us something, then cool. David Jurasek. As long as it's not a 5-year deal. 4 and under, we should be okay for Jurasek. So let's talk to him. He already likes the organization quite a bit, which is good. Persuasion, I don't think we really have to risk it right now. So let's just go neutral. I don't really have to schmooze him at all. So contract. He wants a 3-year deal. What about a 4? Won't appreciate it. He wants $5 million. Well, persuasion success, very convincing. See if we can negotiate a little bit. He took $100,000 off of the okay, we can actually negotiate this. Whew. All right. Well, this is a good opportunity then to see if the 85% trick will still work. Because he wants 5075. Multiply that by 85. That would be $4.3 million, right? That'd be 4.3 million. So technically, let's go 500K off. We could go 750. What if I ask for 500K off? And he said yes. Okay, so the 85% trick should still work in this then too. All right, 4 years, 4.5 for a second pair defenseman currently. He didn't want any clauses or anything like that, which is fine by me. And he'll still be an RFA at the end of the deal. Are we good? Yes, we are. Okay. Says he'll get back to me tonight, but that's not bad. Sfozil. What's that offer looking like for him? Again, as long as it's a 3-year deal, it's not bad. Again, I don't think we'll have any big negotiations with him. And given that he is an RFA, let's try the old 85% again. Bring it down to 1.3. Nazco. As long as it's a 3-year deal, that could work. Again, you don't have to do the negotiations every time, which is really nice. Bring that down to 1 mil. See if he takes that. Corson Coolmans. I mean, a 3-year deal, the expiry status is still RFA. So I'm willing to do that to see if he takes that. And then Beliveau. Same thing. See if he takes the deal. Honestly, for Jack Reeves, then, it was 1 year of RFA status, right? Yeah. So. And Jack Reeves is back. Cool. Right wing side, Gavin Brindley. I don't think we'll have any major negotiations in terms of anything too crazy. Honestly, a 5-year deal would still have the proper expiry status that we're looking for. The longer we offer a deal, though, the less ideal it is to him, unless we bump up the money. Back in the day, if you used to sign someone to a big-time deal early, you could get in trouble with a player's potential in terms of them, like, developing. So I want to test this. How much money? Aha! I had a feeling there'd be a point where the offer would be nice to him. I mean, 5 years at $2.5 million is a steal, given that he's going to be in our top 6. Let's see if he was willing to take that. He did. All right, so cool. Gavin Brindley's here for a long time. Jackson Blake, 3-year deal. No reason to not go for that. Hunter McCown. When does that RFA status expire? We can still get him for 3 more years. I'd love to keep Hunter around. Noel Gunler. 2 years. Still be an RFA at the end of it. Cam Butler. 2 years. Would still be good at the end of it. And then for the centers, so Fantilli's, that's probably going to be the big one. You still have to simulate when offering contracts. Sometimes they'll insta-accept. So not all the time. They're more likely to insta-accept if you go through enter negotiation, though, as far as I understand. Fedor Svechkov. Yeah, that could work. Cole Sillinger. A 3-year deal keeps him under RFA status. $1.5 million for 3 years for Sillinger. I mean, that's not terrible for a 4th line center, and he took it, so that's good. Fantilli. 5 years keeps him under R. Man, this is this is already going to be a big deal for Fantilli. Not that you have to go max interest, but 5-year deal. Let's do the negotiations with Fantilli here. So we don't really need to charm him. Contracts. Give me a 5-year deal, Adam. Very convincing persuasion attempts. So again, if we were to talk about the 85% and whether or not that would work again, that would bring it down to 5, 2 1/4. So again, are you willing to take off like $750K? He wants more money than that. We increase your salary. Go to 5.5. Okay, he's not willing to take too much of a cut. I mean, technically he's an RFA, so we could hold out. What if we increase by another 250? All right. So 5,875 for 5 years for Fantilli. I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. I'm not really interested in letting him go to the market as an RFA because even though he's been a little bit disappointing, he's still 21 years old and an 86 overall. And no insta except from Fantilli. But all right, let's see. Let's see. Yarasek is back. Yarasek. Beautiful. Fantilli signed the deal. Blake, Svozil, Malatesta. Nazco said no. McCown's back. Kuhlman's, Svechkov, Beliveau, Gunler. So I think the only guy to say no was Sam Nazco, which is kind of crazy. Again, 3-year deal. I mean, we can go 1.5. Actually, it looks like we can go less. 1.4 for 3 years, Nazco. What do you think? Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. So we got everybody signed. We have almost $26 million in cap space here, which means if there's somebody good out there, we can go for it. This will be a big year for us, though, in terms of staff. Again, shout out to JK. That is a very... Why is that a familiar? That is very familiar. If I don't know you, thank you for the follow. If I do know you, I'm sorry for being confused that I'm pretty sure I know someone by that handle. I don't know. Then again, it's also 3 a.m. and I'm goddamn loopy. In terms of the coaching staff, our actual coaching staff, we don't really have to change anything. They're fine if it's XP. That's what it is. I knew it. The league I've been banned from twice. 3 times. Whoops. Hope you've been well, buddy. Good to see you. Anyway, yeah, I don't think we have too much to worry about in terms of this. There might be a couple of coaches that have higher ratings. There's one in like Sotheby, but no big deal. Although Brent Burns was out here somewhere. He's only a C. I do want to test how well you can develop coaches.
I'm just
so we will drop, and shout out to Nick for the follow as well. Welcome in. Let's drop Langkow, mainly because it's not Damon Langkow, the GOAT. And we will try to bring in Brent Burns to train him up a little bit. AHL associate coach Burnsy. I love that it always goes back to his old Sharks picture, because 2 different picture databases, basically. Better goalie coach. B- is about the best we're getting right now. So what we need, scouts that have at least a B. There we go. This was the year. All right, this was the year. This is why I waited, because if we signed a crap load of C-rated scouts last year, we would have had to fire every single one of them. Give me something to talk about, everybody, because we're going to be here for a minute as I send every single one of these damn scouts something to do. Yeah, Bunny, it goes back to the Sharks picture. It'll do that. Basically, again, 2 different databases for coach pictures and players. My God, there's a lot of scouts. They didn't even try. I'd rather have no movement clauses than that. Global warming, good topic. Real, by the way. Very fucking real. As the fine people of Asheville, North Carolina, unfortunately found out. Very fucking real. Yeah. Shit sucks, and it's gonna get worse. I hate PlayStation, that's fair. Yeah, the freaking PSN is still down. That's crazy. But, hey, at least it's not Christmas Day. That's happened before. Anyway, free agency. We made it. It actually didn't take that long at all. So who's out there this year? Alex Tuck. Also, Sonny Milano immediately left Anaheim. Rough. For RFAs, goaltender Anson Thornton. I mean, not worth overpaying. Peyton Krebs up to an 86. Jesus. Strad's ass chat. They know my politics. Olin Zellweger. I mean, put it this way, though. We do not have any first-round picks to give up. We don't. We gave up 4 for Evan Bouchard. I mean, there's nobody to go for RFAs, right? It's just not going to happen. I mean, unless we wanted to go for, like, Josh Doan. But he is 24. Honestly, maybe trying to steal away Josh Doan isn't the worst idea. Right. Oh, you know what? I need to make a note of something. Offer sheet compensation shortcut. There we go. Because if we... Jesus Christ, I don't even remember where the hell to go to see the, there we go. So up to 4.6 million. Now, is Josh Doan worth 4.6 million? No. But we do have that money to spend. Right now, he's listed as a depth forward. Really? 2-way for Josh Doan, huh? I mean, I can kind of see it. It's tough to say if he would improve significantly on our team or not, but I'm willing to give it a shot. I think 2-year deal because he'd still be an RFA at the end of the deal, and if we go up to like $4.5 million, it's an overpay, but it should mean that the Utah Hockey Club do not match the deal. Right? That's the game plan there. We can afford to splash the cash. We have $20 million in caps. Or actually, yeah, $20 million in cap space left if this deal goes through. And I'm willing to give up a second-round pick because, screw it, draft picks are... Who cares about draft picks? So, let's see if we can get Josh Doan. As far as the UFAs are concerned, top goaltenders, Bobrovsky, Markstrom, Jones. I mean, it's nobody that we need. If there is somebody with a good potential, like Emil Vinny. Emil Vinny. And low starter for Punina. Yeah, so we're definitely going to throw our name into the hat for Emil Vinny, who I cannot believe didn't sign with the team that traded for him. So, yep, name into the hat. Oh, he accepted immediately. All right, well, there we go. We get another goalie into the mix. We're going to be a goddamn goalie factory. Defensively, top dog is Rasmus Andersson. He doesn't have a ton of interest in being here and also wants all the goddamn money. And there's just no way. I mean, 47 points is nice, but that is not $10 million a season nice. And we don't even have space for him anyway, if we're being honest. We don't have space for any of these guys. We already have too many defensemen. But in terms of potential, Ville Heinola, Lassie Thompson, Yegor Zamula, they're all at the point where they're not going to get that much better. Wasn't interest something from the PS3 era? I mean, they have had interest in the game. It's a little bit more fleshed out, though, and there's a little bit more reasoning behind it instead of it kind of being almost random. Right wing side, Alex Tuck, Victor Arvidsson, Jordan Eberle, Chinnikov. But again, as a sniper, he wasn't cutting it, and he is not willing to move to playmaker or two-way, so I have no reason to bring him back. I think, again, we can mostly just look at potential, because we got a lot of younger guys in the mix that, like, yeah, Jordan Eberle might be better now, but by the time the season comes around, maybe not. Daniil Gushchin's 24. Not too worried. There are some medium nines that might be worth it this year. Top left wingers, Sonny Milano, Michael Carcone, Connor Sherry. In terms of potential, nobody crazy. And then nobody crazy potential-wise at center. Top dog, Teddy Bluger. Theodor Bluger. Okay, well, outside of maybe there being a couple of prospects worth signing, there's really not too much going on. Arbor Jackeye is available, though. Noted not enforcer, but defensive defenseman, Arbor Jackeye, which, come on, EA, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? I mean, honestly, he plays both sides, too. I don't really have space for him, but it would be funny. Out of all the medium sixes, do you have any younger players that might still be able to develop into something? No, shockingly. I don't know. Maybe we'll come back for Jackeye. What about the forwards? In terms of potential, I know there were quite a few younger medium nines. Ryder Ritchie wasn't signed, I believe, by the Rangers, right? So we'll throw an offer out, and he immediately accepted. So no reason to not go for him at that point. It's that Ethan. It is Ethan Precision. Ethan Precision. Ethan also signs. Well, this is nice, just being able to immediately sign decent dudes that the AI were too dumb to not bring in. Oh my god, there's so many of them. Pikkarainen. Kasper Pikkarainen has signed. Okay, this is working out splendidly. I'll take it. We also have... Is this Jeremy Poirier? Justin Poirier. That's right, Jeremy's a defenseman. Justin Poirier. Bunny, take it easy, by the way. Justin also accepted. Okay. I mean, they're only medium 9 prospects. They're nothing too crazy. But it'll certainly help. I'm just trying to see how many medium 9 players there are in general, and the answer is there's a shitload. A couple 23-year-olds that aren't anything too crazy. I think we're good, because I still have some other people that I could sign off of our team in the first place. So, yeah, free agency, not too much going on for us this year. Evan Bouchard was the big signing last year. So, fair enough. Brent Burns accepts with no reservations. Damn right. Damn right. So Brent Burns will be an AHL coach this year. Oh god, now I gotta hit the A button for 1,000 years. Okay. This is gonna take a while. I forgot about all the scouts, and we're gonna have to set them all up again, and ugh. The most tedious part of any franchise, dealing with the goddamn scouts every single time. Every single time. All right. Anthony Bourdain. I never watched his stuff. Sucks he's not around anymore, but I never watched his stuff. It's not my cup of tea. So Josh Doan did accept, but now we got to see if Utah matches it. All right, so we give up a second-round pick to get Josh Doan. I mean, maybe a bit too much, maybe not. Time will tell. Time will tell. But it's Josh Doan, so why not? Why not? Looked like a nepotism draft pick, but actually ended up being pretty damn good last year. And we'll see what he ends up doing in Utah. But yeah, big thing for us right now is just going to be the off-season development that we might have here. We might see. The other thing food show-wise I was ever super into was just watching Gordon Ramsay yell at people, to be honest. All right, so we're going to have a lot to set up. But first and foremost, the roster moves. Goalie-wise. So Greaves is a backup. Merzlikins, whatever. Listed as elite. Okay, then Gardner, Vinny signed as well. So Thielen and Lalonde. I mean, there's just not much going on there. Not much at all. But yeah, we got 2 medium starter goalies in the AHL now. We'll call up Lalonde to be the 3rd NHL goalie because I doubt he's ever going to play. Defense. Top 2 for Werenski and Bouchard. Severson still top 4. Oh, boy. Ooh, oh, Corson Kuhlman's. Okay. Out of nowhere, Corson Kuhlman's decided he's in the conversation as well. For forwards, we'll send down Jackson Blake for the moment. So that leaves us Werenski, Matejchuk, Svozil, Nazko for the lefts. Interesting. And the right side, obviously, Bouchard, Yarosek, Severson, and Kuhlman's. Matejchuk could also play the right. Interesting. So how this plays out might depend on what players are willing to listen about changing position types. Okay. For forwards, nobody to worry about there in the AHL right now. Left wing side, nothing to worry about. Center, Panomarev can be sent down. Dude, Monahan's up to an 89. Holy shit. And then Fedor Svechkov is also in the conversation.
I'm just trying to walk through this fucking.
I imagine it's Gigi Gibson. But let me know. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Damn. Okay. Well, this is going to be interesting then to see how this plays out. We have quite a few conversations to have here at this point in time with these particular players. What prospect do you have cosplaying as Sean Monahan? I don't know, man. He's crushing it. So Elvis. I don't think we're going to have too much to talk to you about in terms of like what you're doing this season. I mean, I guess goal for the season. Right? And long-term stat challenge, award challenge. I mean, we'll aim for win 40 games. I feel like that could possibly be done. And then Jet Greaves as the backup. We're going to set his season goal to stay in the NHL all year. Because that should be possible, right? I mean, I plan on keeping him as the backup, so nothing to be worried about there. Even Nolan Lalonde, if I can do the whole, hey, stay in the NHL all year, I mean, technically, probably should. So, there you go. And we'll see if that gives him any kind of benefit. And then in the AHL, dude, Dake's already up to a 76. We have a goalie factory here right now. Evan Gardner. Goal for the season. See if he can win a trophy. See if he can win a trophy this year. Since he'll be the star. Actually, Emil Vinny might even be the starter. I wonder if you could cheese it, right? I mean, technically, if they were to win the equivalent of the Jennings. Ooh. Let's test that out. Especially in the AHL. Let's test that out. And then nobody else to worry about. because Thielen's not really going to be playing. So defensively, Werenski, Bouchard, absolutely the top pairing. No conversation to be had, right? With Zach Werenski, already has an X Factor, right? Shout out to TP Champ. 3 months on the primer. Champ, welcome back. What would the goal for Werenski be? We don't have to change him from a two-way. What can we do for Zach this year? Let's go for the long-term goal. I do prefer the long-term. I mean, the X Factor challenge would make sense. But then again, I think he has a full house of abilities, right? 15 power play goals, 30 goals, 3 hat tricks. All right, he's not going to be able to accomplish any of those. So if instead we do an award challenge, what are the stat challenges for him? 20 goals, 50 assists, that's a lot. Plus minus of plus 30. A shot block per game. I don't know if a plus minus of 30 is going to happen. Shot block a game should be possible. But what are the short-term goals? Stat challenge. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we'll set up Werenski for that whole potential shot block boost. Might as well, right? Even if it's not like this drastic improvement, it's still something. Evan Bouchard. Goal for him is going to be simple. Compete for the Norris again. Yeah, he didn't win it last year, but that is clearly the goal, is to win yourself the Norris Trophy, which would get him +2 defensive awareness, +3 strength, +4 endurance, and a boost to the morale. So that is the goal for Bouchard. Pretty straightforward. David Yarosek. Again, as the two-way, perfectly fine. Understandable. I think, again, the goal is going to have to be pretty straightforward. Just look for the shot blocking, basically. I don't think he's going to win anything else. So, or be able to accomplish anything else. But if we can get that slight boost to shot blocking, then we should do it. Damon Severson. Still listed as a two-way, which is totally fair. Same thing. Quick and easy season goal. Try to block some shots because I don't think he will be able to put up the stats to compete for X Factor or anything like that. Denton Matejchuk. Offensive defenseman. I'm still not feeling it. Like, clearly better suited as a two-way. He's got a much more well-rounded game. Nothing's too crazy yet. Denton, I need you to be willing to become a two-way. Please. Please, please, please. Play style. He says no. I don't know if I can keep him. We just know as an OFD, like, he's not going to be able to be an elite OFD with those attributes. It's just not going to happen. I don't know, man. Matejchuk might be on the chopping block here. In terms of what we'd be able to get back for him, I don't know, but he might be on the chopping block. Especially when we know that, like, Yarosek has a spot locked up. Severson could have a spot locked up. One more year before it becomes a no trade list. So, Svozil. Listed as a two-way which got to be honest again, DFD. I need you to be willing to switch to a DFD, or you're also probably on the chopping block here. Playstyle. He says no. Okay. Okay. We might be making some changes here. We might just be making some changes here. Especially on that left side. Orson Coleman's listed as a two-way, which... Slider might be. I mean, again, you can negotiate with the player essentially for their adaptability, but... I mean, DFD for Coleman's also makes the most sense, buddy. I need you to be willing to switch here, or I'm probably ditching you. Play style. All right, Coleman's. Looks like he's willing to try. Risky persuasion to make you more defensive. Okay, Coleman's also not wanting to play ball here. Damn it. Okay. Nazco, who's now a depth defenseman. He dropped a little bit. He's listed as a two-way, which is okay. Hey, playing NHL 25 franchise. Pre-order give you access. Yeah, so the pre-order gives you access to every part of the game. His off-season development was boosting his shooting. So Nazco, of course, he doesn't want to play ball. You should be asking him to play puck. Hey, Steven, get out. Stat challenge for Nazco. Just try to block some shots, buddy, if you can. Okay, well, because of what we're looking at there, I do think there is a move to be made. The big question right now, is there a team looking to move a left defenseman? Olen Zellweger has not signed with Anaheim. That could be exactly the type of person that we're looking for to play alongside David Yarosek. He's listed as an OFD, which is fair. You could even argue two-way, but OFD is a little bit more understandable. That could be the trade to make immediately, which is awesome. I do like Tristan Luneau as well, but obviously we'd have the other move. Bruins, not looking to move anybody in that category. Sabres still haven't signed a deal with Peyton Krebs. You know, we might have found that deal immediately with Anaheim. Nobody there. I go by overall. Like Shattenkirk. Just always goes back to trade value, basically. So we'll just leave it at that. That's fine. DeBrincat, Kopp, and Kane. So Detroit looking to move out some people. Man, that Olen Zellweger trade. At least the potential of a trade is exactly what we're looking for. I mean, Brendan Dillon, not so much. Dougie, Adam Pelech, but he's not. Ooh, I honestly would have gone for him, but he's not willing to come here. We're on his no trade list. So that makes it that much more likely that we're going to target Zellweger. Bunting, Letang, the Penguins finally looking to sell a bit. Pedersen's not bad, but if we can go for Zellweger, we should. San Jose, Michael Carcone. God damn. He's stepping up in a big time way. I think we have our guy here. Cam Fowler's not bad, but we can aim higher. Young defenseman for young defenseman. Do love me some Nick Hague. Ooh, he's actually better than he looks. He's got negative morale. He is listed as a DFD immediately, too. Okay. Hold on. What was that? 4 years left at $4 million? That's a bit much, but rebuilding Hockeytown legend Nick Hague. John Carlson plays the wrong side. So it is either Nick Hague or Olin Zellweger. Zellweger would make quite a bit of sense. However, we have Werenski and Bouchard already. How is Zellweger going to fit in on the power play and how often is he going to get the puck as much as he needs to? And as an OFD, he only put up 25 points last year, 23 the year before. Granted, and he missed some time as well. Maybe Hague's the guy. I mean, pure DFD for Nick Hague. Doesn't hit a ton. Blocks a decent amount. Ugh, maybe not. He is not simming particularly well. But it's Nick Hague. Maybe the top of my list of random players I like. For no particular reason. But I do think we have to try for that Zellweger deal. I mean, again, I'm a little bit worried about him, but I mean, Matejchuk in a second would get it done. And Matejchuk, I was tempted to move. I think we got a deal. Matejchuk doesn't want to play ball in the style that I need him to play. We're going to say goodbye. Denton Matejchuk in a second for Olin Zellweger. That is a done deal. And we will try to sign Zellweger to a contract. Because of that deal, I can move on from two other defensemen that also won't play ball. Svozil being the first, unfortunately. 2/3, a second from Boston. So essentially it becomes Svozil and Matejchuk for Zellweger. Second and a fourth. It's not bad. Ooh, Sachin? Medium 6, Grayson Sachin. Medvedev, Fitzgerald. We got some medium 6s that are being offered up here. And then Keeling as a medium 4. Let me see what's going on with Keeling in Winnipeg because, how good are you? Isaac Keeling, 65 at 18. That's not too bad. Let's see, for those younger guys that are on the block. I forget when the medium top 6s started. It was Sachin. 75 at 21. That's not terrible. 74 at 19 for Medvedev. Yuri Medvedev, 74 at 19. That's probably the one. That is probably the one. That's the one for sure. All right. So back over to Svozil. Sir, you don't want to play ball, you gotta go. And by gotta go, I mean you gotta go to Minnesota in a 1-for-1 with Yuri Medvedev. And then Corson Coolmans has got to go too. Corson Coolmans has got to go too. Oops. It brings you back to that menu. Let's see. Corson Coolmans. Cash out on you now. 5th rounder. Oh boy. Well, we're not going to get much back for Corson Coolman's, unfortunately. There might be a couple of these guys where, like, overall isn't bad. But we'll probably just take the draft pick. So, next time you see Svozil, he'll be a TFD. No kidding. No kidding. Was Seattle offering up a pick? Yeah, we'll take that 5th rounder from Seattle for Corson Coolman's. Works for me. Works for me. So we need to sign Olin Zellweger. And that will set up our defense for the year, which is honestly going to be pretty sick. Pretty sick indeed. So RFA, Zellweger. You didn't want to talk to Anaheim. Are you willing to talk to me? We are going to have to try to charm him a little bit, and it worked, which is good. Let's see if we can schmooze him a little bit more here. Team status. Come on. Nope. All right. What else can I talk to you about, organization? How about the market? How about Ohio? Who doesn't love Ohio? You don't love Ohio. Oh, shit. Well, in terms of the contract, I did not check to see the RFA status. That was a mistake. But based on his age, I'm going to go like 3 years. I mean, $4 million over 3 years isn't that bad. At least we're not Cleveland, right? Honestly, 3 years of $4 million isn't that bad at all. If he's willing to take that deal, so am I. Still an RFA at the end of the deal. All right, he wants to wait a few days, but we pretty much know that he is our guy. He is our guy. So from there, defensively, so again, it'll be Werenski, Bouchard, Zellweger, Yarosek, Nosko, Severson, which isn't bad. In the system, Isaac Beliveau. Mr. Beliveau, if you're not willing to become a defensive defenseman, you're cooked. I'll tell you that right now. You better be willing to be a defensive defenseman. Okay. Well, Isaac Beliveau, I'm sorry, buddy, but you're going to be out of here. Not going to bother developing you if you're not going to be worth it. Charlie Elick, who just signed his ELC, he's listed as a two-way, which is fair. He just, in general, needs to get better across the board. Like, desperately needs to get better. A stat challenge for him. Actually, you know what? Because he's a rookie, we'll see if he can win Rookie of the Year. Tough to do, but award challenge. Again, I don't know if this necessarily works for AHLers now that I look at it, but still experimenting around. Luca Morelli, listed as a two-way, which is also a little bit fair at the moment. I mean, he's still developing in a lot of ways. So I'm not going to worry about the team meeting with him. I think he's just in a decent spot. There's really nobody else to sign. I mean, there's the low fours that might be able to develop. Let's take a look at Clefbaum. Two ways fair. I mean, he's terrible. Derek Johnston, two ways fair. I mean, he's terrible. Okay. So if Beliveau is going to go, we'll have Elick, Morelli, shits and giggles. Let's sign Clefbaum. And we will sign Johnston. All right, let's trade Beliveau out of here. No reason to keep him around. No reason at all. Seventh rounder. Sure. Take a seventh rounder from Boston. That's fine. Just because I don't really need the roster player right now. This line's in the AHL. So again, we still got a lot to look at here for some of these players too, to see if these guys are willing to do what we need them to do. So right wing side, Kirill Marchenko. We know we have him as a sniper, which is good. We haven't seen if he's accomplished his offensive goal yet. Yeah, his goal for the season going to be pretty straightforward. Back over to X Factor. 15 power play goals. 50 goals to get gold schnipe. Jesus, that's not going to happen. 3 hat tricks for shock and awe. Oh, man. Third eye, 40 assists. 15 power play goals. That seems so unlikely. Jesus. Maybe we'll look for an attribute goal instead. I don't think he'll win an award, but stat challenge, 40 goals. From 30 goals to 40 goals. We'll see if he can take the next step up. We'll try it. We'll try it. That seems incredibly unlikely, but we'll try it. Gavin Brindley as a playmaker, again, was fine. There's a slight argument, maybe even to make him a sniper. Off season, he was working on his offensive awareness. So Gavin, season goal here, buddy. We might be looking at an X Factor challenge for you. Not 1T, not Schneip, but 40 assists to try and get third eye. I don't know if he'll be good enough to do it, but we're going to try. You could argue an attribute boost might have been the better way to go. Jordan DeMay. If we're keeping you around, you need to switch to a playmaker. We know off of his stats from last year, the shot pass is suited more towards passing. I'd really like to keep Jordan DeMay, but he needs to be willing to be a playmaker. Okay. It's been decided. I'm sorry, Jordan. I really wanted you to be a piece here, but it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Josh Doan is listed as a two-way, which is totally fine. Right wing center is also totally fine. So there's not going to be much to tell him to do. And then Yuri Medvedov, who we just acquired in a trade. Power forward, he doesn't have the physicality for it. Two-way could be it, but his best attribute is his shooting category at the moment. Mr. Medvedov, are you willing to change to a sniper? Okay. It's not the worst idea in the world to leave him as a power forward, because whatever. Like I think sniper would be for the best. That's not enough to cut him, because he's still moldable into being a power forward, but that is a bit disappointing. In the system, Jackson Blake was listed as a playmaker. But again, 21 goals, 34 assists. We were going to try to turn him into a sniper. So, Jackson, big moment for you. Except I hit the wrong button, so you get a smidge more time. A smidge. Let's go new topic for Jackson. On ice play. What do you have in mind? Sir, I need you to be a sniper. Like, I like Jordan DeMay a lot, but again, I just don't feel like attribute-wise it's going to work out the way I need it to. For a lot of these guys, it's not going to work out the way I need it to, quite clearly.